Hello, welcome to Unit 2 of our course. Unit 2 deals with the scientific revolution and the Enlightenment, two great intellectual revolutions that took place from the 16th century up through the 18th century. The scientific revolution came first. The scientific revolution changed the way that human beings understand the natural world, and it introduced an empirical scientific method to the study of nature. One of the areas that was radically transformed by the scientific revolution was our understanding of astronomy. The scientific revolution fundamentally altered our understanding of the sky, the stars, the planets, and the motion of the planets, where we are situated in the universe. During this week, you will encounter works by thinkers of the scientific revolution. For the primary source assignment, you're going to read one document by Nicholas Copernicus and another document by Galileo Galilei. These were both important thinkers in the early phases of the scientific revolution. Nicholas Copernicus was a Polish astronomer and mathematician who proposed a radically new idea. Copernicus proposed perhaps the Earth moves around the sun, that the Earth revolves around the sun, and that the Earth spins on its own axis. Copernicus argued that the motion of the sun that we observe each day, the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, does not reflect the movement of the sun, but rather reflects the movement of the Earth. He also argued that the seasons are based on the motion of the Earth around the sun. This was a radically new idea. For centuries, Europeans had believed that the Earth stood still, fixed at the center of the universe, and that the sun and all other bodies moved around the Earth in perfectly circular orbits. This belief was based largely in religious or theological beliefs. Galileo Galilei also played an important role in the scientific revolution. Galileo was an Italian mathematician and astronomer, and Galileo was among the first to use a telescope to observe the planets, the moon, the sun with a telescope. In observing the moon, he noticed that there were a number of craters on the moon, that the surface of the moon was broken and jagged, much like the surface of the Earth in some ways. In observing the sun, Galileo observed that there were dark spots on the sun, sunspots. And in observing Venus, he discovered that Venus passes through phases, much like our moon. And he determined that the phases of Venus were clear evidence that the Earth moves around the sun, rather than the idea that the Earth is fixed and unmoving. So Galileo actually presented evidence that Copernicus's theory was largely correct. The Enlightenment comes about a bit later, in the 1600s and 1700s, and the Enlightenment deals with the social sciences, government, politics, economics, and it transforms our understanding of these disciplines. The Enlightenment takes the methodology of science and applies it to the study of human society. I'm asking you in the discussion board to reflect upon the impact that enlightened thought had, particularly upon gender norms and gender relations. During the Enlightenment, scholars, both men and women, began to question traditional gender norms. Why was it that men and women were ascribed different roles in society? And was this just? Was it natural? Or could things be different? This is one of the great topics that was explored by the thinkers of the Enlightenment. I look forward to working with you during this week. Thank you.